Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today we're doing about 45-50 minutes of slow vinyasa, just feel good for the morning to get us stretched and warm up for our day. But you can also practice this at night if you'd like. um, I am recording this live on Zoom, so if you see me looking at my phone over there and cueing to my mom or Tita Susan, that's because they're practicing with me right now. So just ignore that. If you would like to practice with me live, check out my website. It's in the description. It's in the description below. All right. As far as props, I will cue to a block. I don't have a block, so I'm using a shoebox, which works as well, and then a pillow. But you can use a blanket. That's just for cushioning for the knees. Yes, yes. Okay. With that said, let us begin in Balasana, child's pose. Draw your big toes to touch. Separate your knees as wide as your mat. Rest your forehead down as you extend your arms forward. Begin to tune into your breath in and out through your nose, starting to slow down the inhales and the exhales. When you notice an exhale, settle slightly more into your mat. Just imagine dust or silt particles settling at the bottom of a river. Now begin to cultivate Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is victorious breath. And we'll have a slight restriction in the back of the throat. So you start to create a whispering sound, both as you inhale and exhale. Throughout class, maintain awareness of your breath, especially during times of challenge or if you notice your mind distracted, that's okay. Draw your awareness back to your breath. That's why it's called to practice. Couple more breaths here. As you exhale, let go and release. Finish your next exhale. As you inhale, rise up to tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Then tap out your feet onto your mat. Just awaken through your root space. And then find stillness. Cat-cow as you inhale. Cow pose. Drop your belly. Send your gaze up. Tailbone up. Exhale, cat. Round your spine. Chin to your chest. Tailbone down. Keep going. Breath to movement. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Keep going. Your breath, your movement. Still going at a slightly slower pace than your natural breath. Here we're just warming up the spine and connecting the breath with the body. Next time you're in a cow pose, stay there and keep breathing here. So press your palms, grip your mat as if you're gripping a basketball, and then externally rotate your palms out, almost like you're opening two jars with your hands. Broaden through your collarbones. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Round your spine, chin to chest, push the floor away and keep breathing here. Really pull your belly button in, lock it in towards your spine, reaching your tailbone towards the earth. And then one more round. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. Neutralize your spine in your tabletop. Walk your hands about a foot forward and then step your feet back about a foot back. So high plank and then lower down onto your belly. Yeah, you can use your knees for that as well. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Press the tops of your feet down. And as you inhale, lift your chest up for a baby cobra. Yes, keep breathing here. Hug your elbows in by your sides and little to no weight in the hands. Inhale here. Exhale, lower. Tap your tip of your nose to your mat. Right away, as you inhale, lift once again. Use the strength of your back muscles. Exhale, tap back down. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, lift back up to tabletop, and then exhale, child's pose. Once again, send your hips back towards your heels and relax through your back. So in yoga, how we find balance in our physical bodies, once we do one move, we counter it with the opposite. So with back bends, we counter it with the fold and vice versa. Inhale, rise up to a tabletop. Tuck your toes under and exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Okay, first down dog, perhaps for most of us in our day. Spread your fingers wide. Make sure your palms are shoulder width distance and your feet are hip width distance. You can begin to bend one knee, bend the other. Good. Pressing the palms down in a way to lengthen through the shoulders. Notice where you feel stretch. Good. Walk your hands to your feet at the back of your mat. Hang out in a forward fold, ragdoll. Interlace opposite elbows. And then make sure your feet are hip width distance at least. It can be wider. The more wide the legs are, the more space for your back. So you decide. And then start off for the first half by swaying side to side, maybe shaking the head to loosen up through the neck. Still aware of the breath, noticing especially the exhales to release into the back. We endure so much pressure in our backs, our spines, so allow the spine to decompress as with gravity. Find stillness in your folds. Switch the grip, the crossing of your elbows, and then just hang heavy still in your fold. Notice where you can let go, even just a slight bit more. Emphasize the exhales. Good. Release your hands to your mat. Then toe heel your big toes to touch. Tuck your chin to your chest, and on a slow inhale, roll up to stand. Arms heavy, head heavy. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Good. Inhale, shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them down your back. Samasthiti. Draw your hands to your heart center. You can keep your eyes closed or gaze to the tip of your nose. Just take a moment. Think of one thing you're happy about for today, grateful. Let's do one round of Om. Inhale. Om. Let's have a great day, great practice. Surya Namaskar A, slow Surya. Inhale, mountain pose, reach your hands wide up, touch your palms and look up. Exhale, fold over your legs, empty the breath. Lift your spine halfway. Keep your spine long as you exhale, walk your hands forward to a high plank. As you exhale, knees, chest, chin, lower down onto your belly. Yes, untuck the toes, inhale, baby cobra, lift your chest. Good, exhale, child's pose, send your hips back. One breath, one movement. Just do one breath here in child's pose. Downward facing dog. Lift up, tuck your toes, send your hips high. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Tuck your chin to your chest, and as you inhale, slowly roll up to stand. Take your time. Exhale, shoulders down your back. Samasthiti here. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach wide and up, Tadasana. Exhale, fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Lift your spine halfway. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands forward to high plank. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin, all the way down to your belly. Try to stretch the breath. Untuck toes. Inhale, baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Good. Exhale, child's pose. Press your hips back and rest. One breath. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, slowly roll up to stand, stacking your bones. At the top, exhale, roll your shoulders back. Samasthiti. One more time. Inhale, mountain, receive. Exhale, forward fold, let go. Inhale, halfway lift the spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward to high plank and continuing as you lower knees, chest, chin to your belly. Inhale, Bhujangasana, baby cobra. Yes, exhale, child's pose. Sit back and take 3 breaths this time. 1. 2. And 3. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Good. And now look forward and then step or jump your feet to behind your hands. Forward fold, top of the mat now. Inhale, lift your spine halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, rise up to mountain. Once again, Tadasana. Samasthiti. Exhale. Second one, chair pose. As you inhale, bend your knees, reach your hands up. Keep breathing here. So options, feet can be hip width distance. Yes, more support for the back. Make sure all 10 toes or all of your toes are facing forward. You can also draw the feet to touch. But lean more into your heels at the same time, keeping all of your toes rooted. Yes, close the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, swing the arms back to a chair plane. Think cobra in the chest. So lift the chest forward and up. Good, good. And then breath to movement. Inhale, swing the arms up to chair pose. Exhale, swing the arms back, let it go. One more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, mountain pose, straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Samasthiti, exhale. Good. Keep your right leg forward. Step your left foot back to warrior 1. Yes. Use your hands on your hips to square the hips. So right hip back, left hip forward. Almost like you're rotating your inner left thigh towards the sky. Okay, it doesn't need to be perfect. Front knee over your front ankle, and then reach your arms above your head, just like mountain pose. Touch the palms, keep your arms straight. Yes. Option to keep your gaze looking forward or look up towards your hands. Here for 3. 2, feel the earth beneath your feet. And 1, straighten your right leg, pivot on your toes to face the back. Warrior 1. Yes, you gotta Tita Susan. Bend your knees and then First, start with your hands on your hips. Pull your left hip back, right hip forward. Yes. And then reach your arms above your head. Trust your body knows that you've done this before. Optional to keep looking forward or look up towards your hands. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, straighten your left leg, pivot towards the long side of your mat for star pose. Expand, shake out the legs, shake out the arms. And then have a seat into a horse squat. Imagine there's a wall behind you, lean back. And then draw your hands to your heart center, press evenly into your palms. Yes, so rotate the inner thighs outward so that the knees are in line somewhat towards your middle toes. So push the knees outward. And then inhale, lift for 1 inch. Exhale, sink 2 inches. Stay with the breath. 2 more times. Inhale, lift 1. Exhale, sink 2. Good. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Star pose. Inhale. Lift up, expand. Exhale, point your toes in towards each other. Draw your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold over your legs. Prasarita Padottanasana. Plant your hands in line with your feet, about shoulder width distance. And then gaze towards your nose. Release your neck. Here for 3. Fully exhales. 2. And 1. Inhale, lift the spine halfway. Stay for the exhale. And inhale, rise up to stand. As you exhale, step or jump to the top of your mat, Samastita here. Good, good. Now, let's do 1 vinyasa to reset. Inhale, lift the hands, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift through the spine. Exhale, step or jump back. High plank. As you exhale, knees, chest, chin, all the way to your belly or halfway. Inhale to either cobra or upward dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, lift your right leg. 3-legged dog. As you exhale, scorpion dog. Bend your right knee, stack your right hip over the left. Make sure your shoulders stay in line in the downward dog. And breathe into your hips. Inhale, re-extend through your left heel or right heel. Exhale, step your foot between your palms for low lunge into warrior 2. So ground your left heel down, stack your shoulders over your hips. Yes. And extend the arms. So here the hips square open through the long side of your mat, if you have a mat. Front knee over your front ankle, no more, no less. And look beyond your right fingertips. Roll the shoulders down and back. Find some ease into your warrior. So we balance strength with ease and flexibility. Here for 3, pull your heels in towards each other. 2. And 1. Straighten your right leg, pivot your toes. So now left leg, warrior 2, facing the back. Bend your left knee, look beyond left fingertips. Yep, make sure your arms are in line with each other. Both legs strong, hugging in. Being with your breath for 3. 2. And 1. Straighten your left leg. Once again, pivot the heels in, toes out, star pose, shake it out. Good, good. And then once again, exhale, have a seat into a horse squat. This time, plant your hands into your inner thighs, fingers facing inward. Lean your chest forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist over to your right side. Look over right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, switch. Look over left. Breath to movement. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale to twist. Keep going. Your breath, your movement. Again, moving at a slow pace. Fully exhaling. One more each side. Once you're done with your 2 or 1, inhale, rise up to your star pose once again. Exhale, point the toes in. This time, let's do C. Interlace your fingers behind your back. You can also use a strap here. Inhale, lift the gaze, knuckles down. Exhale, fold over your legs. Keep lifting through your sit bones, reaching your arms away from your back, at the same time relaxing your shoulders. We'll be here for 5 to 6 more breaths. Option to stay with the bind, option to release down, option for headstands. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Return down if you lift it up. Everyone release your hands down to your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, rise up to stand, and then step or jump to the top, Samasthiti. Good, good. Let's flow back down. Inhale, mountain pose, lift up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift through the spine. Exhale, step or jump back, vinyasa. You can do slow, so knees, chest, chin, all the way down or halfway. Inhale to baby cobra or upward dog. And then exhales to downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths in the down dog. Observe. 1, 2, feel the strength in your body. And 3, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Hold. And then inhale, slowly rise up to stand. Exhale, Samasthiti, shoulders back. Good. Let's head into our balancing. So starting in a chair pose, lean back into your chair, reach the arms up. Yep. And then as you exhale, swing your left arm underneath the right for eagle bind. Yeah, you can do bear hug as well. Important thing is to compress through the elbows and the joints. So squeeze the elbows into the chest and find one point of focus straight ahead of you to help you balance. Lean into your right leg so much that you can lift your left heel or your toes and then cross the knees. So toes, your left toes can stay on the earth, lifted or double bind. As long as the knees are compressed, squeezed, really, really good for the joints. And think chair pose in the legs, so sit down and then mountain in the spine, extend the spine up. Here for 1, fully exhale. 2, squeeze everything. And 3, inhale, mountain pose. Unravel the arms and the legs, shake it out. Welcome new blood back in. So it's kind of like a tourniquet effect, that those binds. Really, really nice and good. All right, other side. Inhale, chair pose. Sit back, reach up, inhale. Exhale, swing right arm underneath the left this time. Yep. So you can do bear hug again. Lean into your left leg so much that you can lift your right and then cross the knees. Again, doesn't matter how deep your bind is, whether or not you have it. Just squeeze the knees, squeeze the elbows, and gaze forward to concentrate. Be with the breath, deep breathing. even more so now that we're compressed in our front lungs. Here for 1, squeeze the joints. 2, shoulders back. And 3, inhale, unravel, mountain pose. Whee. And then Samastitihi, exhale. So now let's do dancers. So again, we did this, so now let's do this. Starting on the right side, bend your right elbow. Good, by your side. Keep the palm open. It's almost like you're serving a tray. And then release your hand onto your thigh. So keeping the palm open, very important to keep the shoulders open. Yep. And then lean into your left leg. Kick your right heel towards your booty and keeping the palm open, receive the inside of your foot. Yes, draw the knees to touch. So keep everything in your midline to help balance and reach your left hand up. If you have a wall, you can use a wall on your hand or a chair. And this is it. This is dancer. Ease through your right shoulder, or you can begin to kick and pull, keeping your gaze straight forward so you can move forward. If you look down, you might fall down. But receiving stretch and freedom in your right shoulder as you kick and slightly pull. Here for 3, 2, and 3. Return, reversing the knees back in and then release. Yeah, 1 doesn't exist anymore, apparently. All right, other side. Bend your left elbow, serving the tray, keeping the palm open as you reach the back of your hand onto your thigh. Okay, keep the shoulder open and lean into your right leg now, kicking your left heel to your booty and receiving the inside of your foot. Yes, draw your knees together. Good, good. And then right hand could be either on a wall or extended up towards the sky. And this is it. This is dancer. You're doing it. Stay here or begin to kick and pull. Again, finding that balance between efforts. Looking forward, always looking where you want to go. Here for 1. Release through your left shoulder. 2, and 3. Reversing the same way you came in. Nice knees touch and release. Galing. All right. So now let's balance in the center. Samastitihi. Bow your hands to your heart. Big toes touch. Sama, meaning same in Sanskrit. Same or equal. So samastitihi, same, equal on all sides. Find the balance between your left and right foot, between your hands, and between the eyes and the mind. And then lean into your right leg. Lift your left knee. Use your belly. Stay here or open your knee out to the right, to the left, and then place your foot to either ankle, calf, or your thigh. Yeah, you can use your hand as well. Again, toes can stay down too. Just press everything to your center, shoulders back, eyes straight forward. Option 2, grow your branches if you'd like. Staying rooted from your right foot, yes. Here for 1, be with your breath. 2, and 3, reversing, hands to your heart center, knees to your chest, foot back down, samastitihi. Very, very good. Right away, root down through your left foot. Imagine roots growing down through your left foot as you lift your right knee. Shoulders back, stay here, or open your knee out to the side and place your foot to ankle, calf, or thigh. Yep, yep. Good. Press everything to your center, legs, arms, mind, centered. And then option to grow branches. You can do the same thing. You can do something different. Just again, keeping awareness of the breath. Here for 1, 2, yes, get back into it. Good. And one. Hands back to heart center, knees to chest, foot to earth, Samastitihi. Take a couple breaths here, standing meditation. And let's slow down to stretch. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your hands, widen up, touch your palms, look up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift your spine halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog, or if you'd like, one more vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, nice. Inhale, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, half pigeon pose. Draw your right knee towards your right wrist. Lower down to your shin. So here you can use blanket, pillows underneath your hips. If this isn't kind onto, or if it's not sustainable for your knees, you can do figure 4 on your back. In your pigeon or swan, look over your right shoulder. Make sure the back ankle is straight. Also helps square the hips. Inhale. And then exhale, look forward, and then walk your hands down to reclined sleeping pigeon. And release into your hips, whether you're on your back or in pigeon. Fully exhales. Breathing in and out through your nose. Conscious releasing with the exhales. Good. Sleeping pigeons, press yourself back up onto your palms. Tuck your back toes and then step your right foot back to downward facing dog. Stretch the leg. And then inhale, lift your left leg high. As you exhale, draw your left knee towards your left wrist or pigeon. Lower down to your shin and take as much time to set up this side as you did the other. So our sides are inevitably different. So one side's typically more open and vice versa. So if you need pillow blocks or reclining onto your back, do so. If you're in sleeping pigeon, look over left shoulder, straighten out the back ankle, squaring off the hips. Inhale. Exhale, gaze back forward, and then recline into your sleeping pigeon. Observing where you feel the stretch. So for most people, not all people, outer left hip. Perhaps you feel in the right hip still too. Wherever you experience stretch, imagine your breath releasing that space. Deep conscious breathing. Sleeping pigeons. Very kindly press yourself back up onto your palms. Tuck your back toes and step your left foot back, downward facing dog. And then look forward, step or jump through to a seat. Bring your block with you. Just have it ready on the side, block or shoebox like I have. And then lay down onto your back. We'll do two forms of a back bend. First round, bridge pose. Plant your feet hip width distance, hands by your side, and as you inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Soften through your throat and your jaw, and imagine pointing your tailbone towards the back of your knees. Hugging the inner thighs slightly. Option to interlace your fingers underneath you as well for chest expansion. Press your legs and your arms down to lift and stretch the hips. And then exhale, release the bind, free your spine back to the mat. And knock your knees in for a moment, and then receive your block. Receive your block. Once again, lift your hips up towards the sky, slide your block or whatever prop you have. It could be a blanket, rolled up blanket. And then sit your sit bones, so your sacrum onto your block or prop. So that's the flat part of your spine. If you notice any digging in your low back, lower the block. Good. Once you have that situated, lift your legs up for waterfall pose. Good. Roll out your ankles, wiggle your toes. And then pull your right knee in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers underneath or on top of your right shin. Point your left toes, and as you exhale, reach your left toes down and away onto your mat. If your heel reaches the earth, great. Pull your right knee closer. If it doesn't reach the earth, also great. Feel stretch into the front of your left hip. Using the gentle pull of your right knee in as you reach your left toes away. So creating that oppositional force so you can balance and stretch the body. Good. Change. Release both legs back up. And switch. Bend your left knee. Interlace your fingers on top of your left shin. Point your right toes. And as you exhale, reach your right toes down and away. Again, if it's floating, awesome. If it's touching, your heels touching the earth, pull your left knee more to deepen the stretch. Staying with the breath, keep breathing. Good, and then release both legs back up. And we'll do supported bridge. So either plant your feet onto your mat, keep your knees bent, or extend both legs long onto the mat. And then reach both arms opposite direction of your legs. And do your best to completely disengage onto your block and your mat. At this point, release control of your breath. Just simply notice the breath, allow it to arrive and go. If you extended your legs, replant your feet, release your hands by your side, and then lift your hips and slide your block or prop away from underneath you. Return your spine down to your mat and then take Supta Baddha Konasana. Draw the soles of your feet to touch, butterfly your knees wide. Then place your hands either onto your hips, by your side, or one hand on your belly, one hand onto your chest. And feel your breath into your hands. And close your knees, bring them into your chest, rock side to side, massaging your low back. And keep your right knee in as you extend left toes down and away. Half wind removing pose. And then draw your right knee over towards your left side for supine twist. Adjust your hips as you need to make this sustainable. And make sure your right shoulder stays rooted onto your mat. So it's okay if your right knee lifts, is still lifted. You can either place a block or you can stay floating. Stay rooted from your right shoulder, extend your right arm, an option to look towards your right hand. Notice where you may be unnecessarily holding on to effort and tension. Only use exactly what you need right now, physically, mentally. And then change. Return both knees to center. Keep your left knee in and extend your right toes down and away. Half wind removing pose. On your next exhale, guide your left knee over to your right side. Adjust your hips and extend your left arm either to a T or goalpost if you don't have quite the space. Keep your left shoulder rooted, option to look towards left arm. Let go with the breath. And return both knees to center. Hug your knees in, rock side to side once again. Resetting the spine. And then take Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Bend your knees and receive the outside of your feet. If your tailbone's lifting, receive the inner thighs instead. So flatten through your spine from your crown all the way to your tailbone. Option to rock side to side, maybe extend one leg, the other, and or both. And then hug your knees into your chest, ball pose, wrap your arms around, forehead towards your knees, give yourself a big hug, inhale. Exhale, Shavasana, release your legs, release your arms, make any adjustments to lay comfortably, to place blocks or props. and then rest. This is where we integrate and soak in all of the work we've done in the last 45, 50 minutes or so. Just keep awareness of your breath. When you happen to notice exhale, relax and release through your body, all the way from your head to your toes. Take a couple deeper breaths, awakening through the breath body. Awaken your physical body by wiggling your toes and touching each finger to your thumb. Reach your arms overhead for a stretch. Bend your knees and roll over to your right side for a fetal position. Let's take a couple breaths here as our transition from the death of our practice, corpse pose, to our practice off our mat, rebirth, life. Maintaining this sense of ease, press yourself up to a seat. Any seat where you can sit with a tall spine. And once you arrive, reconnect your hands to Anjali Mudra. Touch your thumbs to your sternum, shoulders back. We'll seal in our practice with gratitude, just like how we began. What is something you're grateful for and happy for today, right now? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Silently thank yourself for showing up, taking care of yourself so you can ease and relax and be more flexible and strong. Thank you. And extend your gratitude out to others who are also practicing, doing the work to stretch, be more flexible and strong. Thank you. And thanks to all our teachers and their teachers, the lineage of this practice, all it offers our lives and the lives around us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Inhale for Om. Om. Touch your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows and bow forward. Namaste. Lamat, thank you.
Yun lang ka ulit.